Hey, Tommy from the Run Testers with another running shoe versus. In this video, I'm going to be looking at the Saucony Hurricane 25, a New Balance More V6. Let's have a look. The New Balance Fresh Foam X More V6 costs £150 or $154.99. It weighs 291 grams or 10.3 ounces for men in a size 8, and the drop is 4mm. The Saucony Hurricane 25 costs £165 or $170. It weighs 293 grams or 10.3 ounces for men in a size 8, and the drop is 6mm. The More has always been a shoe designed for easy mile comfort. Over the previous versions, it has seen a number of developments, with the More V5 delivering a noticeably softer ride than its predecessors. And although welcomed by some, that change did have an adverse effect on the stability of the shoe. The More V6 makes a few tweaks across the shoe to rectify that, including a more structured heel counter and higher sidewalls, aiming to continue the comfort people expect from the More line, but with plenty of support. The shoe also features a roomier engineered mesh upper to improve the fit, and there's a modest level of outsole rubber to protect the midsole and provide a good level of grip. The New Balance More V6 is also available in a wide version. The Saucony Hurricane 25 is a max cushion shoe focused on delivering comfort, a smooth ride, and a good level of stability. The wide midsole combines a layer of soft PWRRUN PB foam to provide a cushioned ride with a more supportive layer of PWRRUN. Both of these work alongside a new centre path technology geometry to produce a smooth, enjoyable hill to toe transition that guides the foot over easy runs or longer sessions. The upper is made from a soft and well-padded breathable mesh to provide a high level of comfort, while a thick layer of outsole rubber ensures a good level of grip and durability. So the fit for me in both of these shoes is very similar. They're shoes completely designed for comfort. They're shoes designed to have a little bit of extra space in them, loads of padding in them. I have a size 8 in both of these shoes, which is my UK size, and I've found them to be very comfortable. There's just perfect amount of space in the forefoot of both of these shoes. They've got a similar level of width to them. I've got an average width feet, and I find these have a little bit of extra space in them, so nice and comfortable from that perspective. And there's loads of padding around the ankle collar in both of these shoes, and they have fairly nicely padded tongues as well. So all in all, they're very, very similar for fit. I would say the only difference between these two shoes in my UK size 8 is the Saucony just feels a little bit more locked down. The More V6 is a little bit harder to just get a nice lockdown fit in, but very similar. And if you're looking for comfort, both of these shoes would be absolutely perfect in your size. Okay, so I picked these two shoes because these are two of my favourite shoes. I'm the sort of runner that spends predominantly the most amount of my time running, doing comfortable runs, recovery runs, easy runs, longer easy runs, the sort of runs that I predominantly do, unless I'm training for a marathon, I'm trying to get a sub 3 or something. These are two shoes that I pick up more often than not, and I think they're both fantastic shoes. So both of these shoes are shoes that have a lot of cushioning in them. Both are shoes that are designed very, very much for comfort. So I've probably done, well, the previous version of this, the Hurricane 24, I did probably about 150k in. I've probably done about 70k in this one so far, and about 70k in the New Balance More V6. And the big similarity between these two shoes is the nice big chunky stack of midsole foam. Now the difference between them, because really when it comes to easy runs, they're both very similar. I think the main difference is that the New Balance More V6 is a bit softer. So it is probably not a shoe that is as conducive to training. It's more for sort of plodding through nice, comfortable miles with a nice little bit of bounce, nice little bit of softness, but they just really feel great. I love taking these out on a nice 10k when I'm not worried about the speed. I never really even think about picking up the pace in this shoe, but by the time I've finished, I feel like I've got nice, fresh legs. I've just enjoyed the run. But that's really where the More V6 ends. That's the focus of this shoe. It just gives you comfort. It just feels nice on the feet, and it just feels great when you finish the run. I'd be happy to run long in this. I could probably do marathon training sessions in this, but definitely not at a pace. I would do them at a nice, if I was going like my nice slower pace for me, which is 5-minute kilometers, zone 2 pace. This would be a great shoe for it, and I could happily run up to a marathon in this without worrying about speed. Now the Saucony Hurricane 25 is a bit different because it is kind of a stability shoe. The brand talks about it being a stability shoe, but it's not. It doesn't feel like a stability shoe unless you need it. So it feels like a nice cushion shoe. It's a little bit more rigid than the More V6, a little bit firmer, but by no means a firm shoe. It's definitely a shoe that will fit into the cushioned, softer realm, but it's not really that close to the More V6 when it comes to the actual foam. The other thing is that it has stability elements built into the shoe. It's got this really wide base on it, and as a result, in combination with the nice smooth turnover you get from the shoe, it's very good at nice consistent pace. It's definitely not a versatile shoe for speed. I wouldn't use this if I was going out and I was trying to pick up the pace for a longer period. I use something like the Super Blast 2 for that. But the Hurricane 25 rolls you forward so nicely with this really controlled, supportive feel that just puts your foot in the right position and just rolls you into that without being soft and without being squishy. It just rolls you nicely forward. It's a really, really nice shoe to run in. And if I'm comparing it with the More V6 over longer runs, I would say it's easier to get a bit of a consistent pace in this shoe. I'd probably be happy to go up to about 4-minute 40 kilometers in this shoe. If I was marathon training, I just wanted to maintain that pace for like 20k, 30k. Very good shoe for that. Really comfortable. Just feels like it's moving you through that really, really nicely. So really, it comes down to that foam and the transition between the two, the transition of the two shoes. The More V6 doesn't really do anything else. The Hurricane 25 is a very smooth, comfortable shoe, and also I think there's probably benefits with the Hurricane 25 for bit different styles of runners and beginners, maybe heavier runners, because it has a bit more support and stability in it. It's also a much more supportive, stable shoe for beginners, so that if you maybe need a little bit of stability but you don't necessarily need like a full-on stability shoe, this is a great option because it will give you all of those things. And if you don't necessarily need them that much, you're not going to notice them. It doesn't feel like a stability shoe. More V6, I would say that it's not an unstable shoe, but it's less stable than the Hurricane 25. So if you maybe are a heavier runner or you're a beginner runner, you need a bit of stability, you might notice that with the More V6. So it's a little bit of a riskier shoe for those people. But if you don't need stability like me, and you just like really soft rides, and you just like to go out and plod out a nice comfortable 10k, it's a really good shoe for that. The outsole on the Hurricane 25, very, very good. Nice thick layer of this outsole rubber, pretty good grip on it as well. I've used both this and the previous version quite a lot on wet footpaths and public footpaths. Really good, no issues at all with it, and the nice wide base really gives you that stability. And when you're getting the traction off of the rubber. More V6, not as good. It's fine. It's similar in the layer, not as grippy for me, but I've not had any major issues in this shoe either. I find it to be very, very comfortable. There's quite a big exposed section here, and this foam is a little bit more delicate than what you get in the Hurricane 25. Not had any major issues in this one yet, but I can see a bit of signs of rubbing, so I think that's probably something to keep an eye on. But there's a good layer of rubber on it as well, so pretty good outsole on both of these, but better on the Hurricane 25. So my verdict on these two shoes, these are two of my favourite shoes when it comes to cushioned, comfortable daily runs. I definitely rate both of these shoes. I think it really comes down to the ride that you want from a shoe. And I think if you're looking just for comfort and you're never going to pick up the pace in it, you're not going to go and do longer sessions in it, you're not marathon training, the More V6 is a lovely shoe for it. If you are marathon training, you've got a rotation, it's a great easy day shoe that just sits in that easy day realm perfectly, and you don't ask any more from it. It does a perfect job for that, and it's really, really good. And it's probably my favorite shoe for the easy runs. I really enjoy the easy runs in this. I look forward to doing them. Saucony Hurricane 25, I think you can use it for all those runs, but I think there's a little bit more to this shoe, especially maybe if you want one shoe, maybe if you're a beginner or you're a general runner and you maybe like doing lots of longer runs but maybe not at pace. I think this is probably a better option because it's just got a little bit more to it. The added stability benefits for longer running is really good as well, because if you get into the latter stages of a long run, it's nice to have a bit of stability to sort of keep you on the straight and narrow, and this does a really good job at it. So I think they're very comparable, but I think really the More V6 is more of a niche shoe. If this was purely a video about the best easy run shoe, I'd say the More V6, but it's not. It's a video versus between these two shoes on which is the one to buy. Now the More V6 is bit cheaper, but I think the Saucony Hurricane 25 is more versatile and you get more out of the shoe. So I would say out of these two shoes, if I was going to pick one, I would go for Saucony Hurricane 25. I just think it's a really, really impressive shoe. I think it's better for probably most people than the New Balance More V6, which is hard to say because I really, really like this shoe. That's it from me on this Versus. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that little bell. And they're going to catch and play Find Our Podcast, which comes out a couple of times each month. Thanks a lot for watching. Catch you next time.